All right, it's Wednesday. It's a normal Wednesday when it comes to practice. I thought yesterday went well. We went what we consider a normal Tuesday practice in preparation for game week, and I thought the players had good energy and focus, and I think we're right on track to play a game on Saturday.
Do you feel like you have a handle on their conditioning right now, or is that more of a question we'd have to ask you after like the first
I feel
half?
pretty good. You know, if you base it strictly on what we normally would see on a Tuesday practice, what I saw yesterday looked normal, looked typical. I didn't go, oh man, we're in trouble. Now I'm not going to sit here and boast that we can handle the heat. Now, if you remember, yesterday was an overcast day, a little bit of a breeze. Today we'll test them more. I'll know a little bit more after today's practice on the conditioning and the heat.
How much of it is just you got to just see them in a game and run against them?
Yeah, I think you just got to play. And we've always had the thought of trying to substitute as much as possible. We always try to encourage our guys to, if you're not number one on the depth chart, don't let that bother you. You may play as many or more plays as the starter if you're in a solid backup role and a guy that we feel like we can trust to put in the game.
Manny Diaz said yesterday that he thought the defense played poorly in the first game.
Well, I'm sure he meant that we didn't play to the expectations that we had for our defense. A lot of people outside of the program wanted to talk big about our defense, but we take pride in what we think we have, and I think, 4 10-play drives. First drive of the game going 7.5 minutes to open the season. That's not what anybody expected, and it was certainly a tribute to the preparedness of Bethune-Cookman and their program. But we think we can do better than that, and we expect to do better than that. And I'm sure it's been a long wait to try to prove that we're better defensively than we were. Again, I'm not saying we lit anything up offensively by any means, but I'm sure that's what Manny meant. That in our eyes, that's not what we expect defensively.
Based on what you've seen or what you've been able to see from the players over the past couple days or a week or so, is there anybody you think is kind of due for more playing time, has earned that right in your eyes?
Oh man, it's hard to say. Offensively, I would say Dale Harris will get in the game a good bit more than he did last game. I don't know who else really. Defensively, I have not sat down with Coach Diaz to say, how we're going to substitute this game. We usually wait till Thursday to do that.
Based on what you've seen out here at practice, how has Richards looked as he's come back?
Cautious.
Yeah.
Still, he's not. He did have a little bit of competitive repetition. Got a few plays against a defender in front of him, but I think it was scout team work a little bit. But he looks a little cautious, which is understandable. It was a severe pull. It's been almost a month. It's a long time for a pull, but when it happened, we were just thankful that when we did the MRI that we didn't have something worse than it was. So, we're all being cautious, but on the other hand, somewhere along the line, you got to let it go, and hamstrings are the ones that you just got to be careful with.
Is he probably, questionable, would you say, for the game?
Yeah.
Do you feel better about Pinckney and Thomas and kind of guys that were dealing with muscle injuries earlier?
Yeah, Pinckney's fine. I've not seen anything on him. Was it Chad? Did Chad have something?
Jeff Thomas.
Oh, Jeff Thomas. No, Jeff's fine. No, he's going full speed. Pinckney's going full speed.
A couple more guys.
How much have you assessed Logan Woodside? Just as a quarterbacks guy.
Yeah, he's outstanding. His fundamentals are great. He knows the system so well. He knows when and where to go with the ball. He's the kind of guy that if you pressure him, the ball's going to come out quick to the right guy. The ball placement's great. He's not unbelievable as far as a runner, but he's certainly a very good athlete, and he's one of the best in the country for a reason.
You think your guys are anxious to get out there and play?
Oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. They were anxious to come out and practice, which is nice. I don't know if they still feel as anxious today, since we got into a little bit of a grind. We had a Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So this is the fourth one where we've gotten out here and gotten some work in. So I don't know if they'll have the same excitement about practicing, but practices. It's about doing your job and getting things done, and you don't necessarily have to love practice, but you got to do it well.
Do you feel like when going through what you've gone through this week, is it almost like rebooting the season, so to speak?
Yeah, it is. It is. We tried to treat it like a training camp. We tried to have it, like I told the guys, we're in Orlando, but we're not at a bowl game. We're not at Disney World, okay? And we're at Disney property, Wild World Sports, but we're here to focus on football and getting rebooted, getting back on track.
Overall, how do you think they
Last one. Good, very well. I mean, I've been I've been impressed with their attitude, their focus, their effort. And I've always thought they liked each other. They enjoy each other's company, but they're enjoying this. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Yep.